Number 10. DDR Mario Mix. Okay, look, I'm not saying it's a great game, probably one of the worst rhythm games out there as far as the mechanics go, but it has Mario music. How can you not have a good time when you're dancing to this? My two main complaints with this game are that number 1, there's no Mario 64 or Mario Sunshine music in it, and number 2, some of the remixes are a little too crazy. The Mario series has such great music. I understand why you'd include a few remixes, but why remix every single track and include all of these weird variations? It would be great if we could just dance to a regular clean version of Bob-omb Battlefield from Mario 64, or Delfino Plaza from Mario Sunshine. Is it just me, or do they need to make a new Nintendo rhythm game? That would be awesome. Definitely not Mario Mix 2, but just a Nintendo-themed rhythm game. Donkey Kong music, Pokemon, Star Fox, Zelda, F-Zero, that would be so cool. Number 9, Frets on Fire. My biggest complaint with rhythm games has always been that in order to play them, you often have to buy new peripherals, specifically built for the new game you're trying to play. With DDR, it was the mats, with Guitar Hero, it was the plastic guitar, with Rock Band... well, don't even get me started on Rock Band. Frets on Fire was the poor man's Guitar Hero. I never really played it much, because I could never find the songs I wanted for it, but it was awesome that you could actually play a pretty decent version of Guitar Hero without actually having to buy the guitar. With Frets on Fire, you just used your computer's keyboard as the guitar. Sure, it looked silly, but it was still cool that you could do it, so I'd consider this game successful for what it tried to do. Number 8, Flash Flash Revolution. Remember the early days of the internet? Hopefully you do, unless you're a little babby watching my videos, in which case, stop watching my videos, little babby, go take a nap, you're probably gonna get sleepy, go drink some more milk. The best way to play DDR back then, besides playing it in the arcade, was online at flashflashrevolution.net. This was just played on your keyboard too, obviously, but it was an excellent time killer. Bored on the internet? Don't know what to do? Load up Flash Flash Revolution, try to beat that Legend of Zelda song, then freak out when you can't beat that Yoshi song that comes immediately after it. Number 7, DDD's Drum Dash. This isn't even a full game, it's just a mini game, but it's the best darn mini rhythm game tagged onto another full game I've ever played. In fact, this mini game is the main reason I still haven't sold my copy of Kirby Triple Deluxe. Honestly, the main game doesn't really have much replay value in my opinion, and if I wanted to fight Kirby vs. Kirby, I'd just do it in Smash. It's much more fun there. But this is fun. Even though the base game only comes with these 3 songs, they're 3 of the best songs Kirby has to offer. And it's just so challenging getting these jumps exactly right. I guess there was a standalone expansion to this game too, called DDD's Drum Dash Deluxe, but ain't nobody got time for that. Number 6, Stepmania. I was gonna put Dance Factory on the list, that game that lets you put in your own music CDs and lets you dance to them, but Stepmania basically made that obsolete. It also made Flash Flash Revolution obsolete. Stepmania is basically that, except you can play it offline, and you can load a bajillion different songs into it with music videos and crud. It's great. The only thing is you're still just pressing up, right, left, and down buttons on a keyboard when you're playing this, and because it's so open sourced, it doesn't feel very streamlined, unlike the next game. Number 5. Theatrhythm Final Fantasy Curtain Call. Okay, this game may not really bring anything new to the genre, but look at this track list. So many Final Fantasy games with so much wonderful music composed by the great Nobuo Uematsu, as well as a few other special treats. This game is a must for big Final Fantasy fans, and almost a must for any big rhythm game fans as well. Fun to play, lots of good music, what's not to love? Number 4, Space Channel 5. The style, oh the style, it's so good, so groovy. This was a greatest hit on the Dreamcast, and now it's been ported to the PS3, Xbox 360, and PC too. Play as news reporter Ulala as she travels across the galaxy, keeping peace with her funky fresh beats. Also Space Michael. Number 3, DDR Extreme 2. This is the last DDR game on the list, I promise. DDR Extreme 2 is the definitive DDR experience in my book. Why? Mainly just because of the track selection. This game encompasses songs that defined DDR for me back in the early 2000s. Butterfly, Captain Jack, Cartoon Heroes, all these hyperactive techno tracks were a ball to dance to, and they never failed to get me off my butt and have me work up a sweat. Number 2, Hatsune Miku Project Diva F2nd. I recently got Project Mirai DX, and I've got to say, I like the responsiveness of the controls a little better in that. It feels like my button presses match up a little better with the patterns. Not sure if it's just me, the sensitivity of the buttons or whatever, but sometimes you just gotta go with style over substance. The latest HD entry in the series, Project Diva F2nd, takes all the good parts of its predecessors and plops them all into one awesome, beautiful looking package. Some of these music videos are so well choreographed, so well designed, you can tell a lot of heart and soul went into making these games, and the quality is only improved since the original Project Diva game on the PSP. And before number 1, I'd like to give some honorable mentions. Keion Hokagu Live for the PSP. This was a Japanese exclusive, but I played it for a little while on my soft-modded PSP. It's basically the same thing as Project Eva, but with Keion music. Not quite as well choreographed, but you get the idea. Gitaru Man. What I played of this game was fun, but unfortunately I never really got the chance to sit down and play it for more than a few minutes. Maybe I'll go and try it out again someday, but for now I just don't have enough experience with it to put it on the list. Taiko no Tatsujin. Again, Japanese exclusive, I've played a little bit of it, but not enough to really judge it. Rock Band and Guitar Hero. I unfortunately don't have enough experience with these either. They were fun to play with friends and family growing up, but I never really had that extra money to shell out on those peripherals that would just become obsolete in a few short years anyway. I guess the same could be said about my DDR mats, but at least those were a little cheaper at the time. And lastly, Princess Debut. Liam was best boy. Just saying. Number 1, Elite Beat Agents and Osu Tatake Oendan. These are the best rhythm games to date. Best plot, most innovative controls that are the most fun to master from my experience. Coolest set of characters, best overall presentation. The only thing that's sort of lacking in these games is the song selection, but these fantastic comic book scenes more than make up for it. These games are really something you just have to experience for yourself though, so if you haven't played these before or even heard of them, I really recommend you go check them out. You won't be disappointed.
Stop right there!
Excuse me?
Where's PaRappa the Rappa?
I've never played PaRappa the Rappa.
No, seriously, it's like a really good game. You should play PaRappa. You've made at least like 20% of YouTube really mad that PaRappa is not on the list.
Well, I guess I have to play PaRappa the Rapper now. Okay, let's see here.
I'm not doing good. Not giving that. Fucking son. He's so confusing. Excuse me.
I'll save you from listening to my whole experience with PaRappa, but I can sum it up by saying, I suck at this game. I played it for almost an hour and I couldn't get past the second level. What I played was fun, but man do I suck at it.